Hi, everybody. Reese Davis with you, bringing you the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Purdue's just been unable to put together 4 quarters. You take little snippets out of each and every game during this losing streak, and it looks like a pretty good football team. But mistakes at crucial times have doomed them. Can they finally clean up their act and get this thing going in the right direction? We've done all we can do here. Time to tee it up. Let's send it out to Brad and Kirk for the call. David and I will be with you at halftime.
Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, holding more than 81,000 fans. It's the third largest city in Nebraska on game day.
Welcome to week 8 of the college football season. This matchup with Purdue is now underway. Coming off a bounce-back win against Michigan State 27-20. The Nebraska Cornhuskers now take on a team that have lost 4 games in a row to see if they can establish themselves a winning streak. This Purdue team has 3 99 overall players that stand out from the rest of the roster, and 2 of them are on the interior of their offensive line at center and left guard. So defensively, we've made one substitution today, as Ruquan Buckley is going to come in starting over Ryan Brown at defensive tackle next to Tim Hart. Try see if he can hold up better against the run. But on the first run, well, didn't really work, but was an outside run, and he gets a pretty big gain on their first carry. The running back is one of their better offensive players, but the quarterback can't be ignored either. But so far, it does look like Purdue is intent on playing a lot of heavy packages. Once again, they have 2 tight ends in the game. And it's going to be, once again, a motion to the left-hand side now. And it's going to be another interior handoff, and he gets hit in the backfield. It is a great play made by number 63, and that's the new man that we brought in for this exact situation. Ruquan Buckley shows he made a decent decision. That's what you want to see when you make changes like that. Immediate impact, and that's definitely what we saw. So now it's a 3rd and long for Purdue, their first pass attempt. 3rd and 11, he's going to have plenty of time, but it's going to run out. He's eventually going to get taken down. The first pass attempt ends in a sack, and it is Ty Robinson, of course, who gets back there and brings him down. You also see a slight change for Nebraska offensively, as their other 99 overall player is their elite pass rusher, right end George Karlaftis. So he's a player we need to always be aware of, because he is their biggest threat on defense. 1st and 10, it's going to be a run up the middle, and it is a misdirection looking to hit this left edge. Jake Pierce on his first carry gets 4. The change we decided to make was to utilize a lot more 2 tight end sets and bring in Chris Hickman in a lot of different formations. Even some scenarios where we only have 1 inline tight end, he will still play as a tight end, and Ronnie Jennings will move outside, which gives him the option of staying in to block and helping out our left tackle Teddy Brajatska. And that will be very useful on longer developing passing plays. A 4-yard run on 2nd down makes it 3rd and 2 for us, and we do get the 3-yard carry to convert the 1st down. So the goal for our offense is to take George Karlaftis out of the game and make somebody else in the Purdue defense beat us. A 1st down pass, the first of the day for Nebraska, goes for 3 yards. So now it's 2nd and 7. And it's going to be another carry for Jake Pierce, looking to hit the middle, but there's not much space this time. He only gets 2 yards, so we're going to be in another 3rd down situation, this one with 5 yards to go. And this looks like the first time we'll see it in action, as Chris Hickman is lined up next to the left tackle Teddy Brajatska, and he can have the option to stay in and block and help out against George Karlaftis. 3rd and 5, 3 wide look, and he is going to look to help. It's a 5-man rush, and he finds his man. It's Will Nixon on the out route. He breaks the tackle and gets even better yardage. It's a good reception for Will Nixon, 23 yards, and it was good pass protection thanks to an extra help from Chris Hickman. We are still using the same playbook we used last week in the win over Michigan State, just a little bit of an added wrinkle in there to try to stop George Karlaftis. 2nd and 4 after the 6-yard carry. 2 tight ends on the field, and it's going to be another carry. We're looking to heavily feature Jake Pierce to start today. This one goes for 3 yards. Going to set up 3rd and short. We get the 1st down with a fullback dive to Thomas Fedone. So now it is 1st and 10. 3 receivers to the right-hand side, including Ronnie Jennings, flexed out wide. Chris Hickman at tight end. And it's going to be a throw. Hickman stays in the block, got plenty of protection, but it does eventually run out. They only send 3, and yet Jeff Holland had nobody open, and he still goes down for the sack. Fortunately, Chris Hickman is also a decent receiver, so it's not like they lose a lot in terms of the receiving threat with him out there. 3rd and 8, they're going to go 5 wide, including Chris Hickman at tight end, but he's not lined up over George Karlaftis this time. Looks like he might be going out for a route. 50 seconds left in the first quarter. They're going to look to throw. It's only a 3-man rush one more time. And he checks it down to Brian Donaldson, who fights for extra yardage. It looked like it wasn't going to be anywhere close, but he gets it very close to the first down. It's going to be 4th and 1, and Nebraska have a decision to make. It looks like Nebraska are going to be aggressive right out of the bat. 4th and 1, and they're going for this. They're not going to settle for the 3 points. It's a goal line package. It's Yakezian in there as the power back. And he's going to get the ball. Looking to hit the middle, but there is nowhere for him to go. It is great play by the Purdue defensive line. The Nebraska offense could not get any sort of push. That's one of those scenarios where you're on the 1-yard line. So even if you don't get it, they have to drive 99 yards to score themselves. So I think it was the right decision still. Unfortunately, we couldn't get that 1 yard. So now it's 3rd and inches. From a bunch look, Purdue are going to look to throw this one. He's going to have time. He's going to look downfield, and it is broken up. A great play by the defensive back. That's Gary Thompson. They still could go for it here, but it'd be very, very risky. And yeah, they're not going to be taking that risk. Probably the right call. They may not have converted the 4th down, but the 3 and out means the offense gets the ball right back in good field position. An incomplete pass on 1st down, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. 2 tight end set from shotgun, and Jeff Holland's going to look to throw. He's going to get some pressure up the middle, and it is yet another inaccurate throw. So they had the ball with good field position to start, but it's already 3rd and 10. So it is 3rd and 10. They're going to go 5 wide. They're going to keep Chris Hickman in the block. It's going to be a corner blitz. He's got to get the ball out. He gets some pressure, and it is 3 consecutive inaccurate passes by Jeff Holland. He started the game 4 for 4, but now he's 4 for 7. And are they in field goal range? They're going to have to find out if they can kick a field goal here. They have to go for it, or if they just have to punt it from here. That's going to be an interesting decision. Nebraska are in a really weird spot where they need 10 yards, yet Jeff Holland thrown 3 consecutive incomplete passes. A field goal will be 56 yards, and that's the risk they're going to take. They're going to see if their kicker can convert a 56-yarder. This would be the longest of his career, and he hits it. That one would have been good from almost 60. So Nebraska passed on the field goal attempt the first time, but they do eventually get that 3 points. First down carry for Purdue went for 2 yards. So now it's 2nd and 8. Fullback in there from an I formation, and they're going to look to throw. Keeping extra men in the block, and he finds his man on the crossing route. It's Brock Thompson with his first catch, and it goes for 16. An incompletion on 1st down, then a 2-yard run. So it's 3rd and 8, and they got a chance to get a stop here. It's a 4-man rush. He's going to look for his running back over the middle. Now we've got to bring him down, which was harder than it looked. He eventually gets taken down just short of the sticks. I would expect they're going to go for this. And they are. You cannot give up that extra yardage. You're just giving them so many opportunities that they shouldn't have. You cannot afford to have these many mistakes, both on offense now and defense as well. The offense couldn't get the first down on 4th down, and the defense keeps making mistake after mistake after mistake. And they're really letting themselves down. They do pretty well on 1st and 2nd down, only to screw it up on 3rd. On 2nd down, they false started to put themselves back 5 yards. And then a check down to the running back lost them another yard. So it's going to be 3rd and 14. We need to get the stop here. We're sending extra men, and he still finds a man over the middle. Fortunately, we do bring him down on first contact this time. So he's short of the sticks. They might just take the 3 here. They are. So in a low-scoring first half, it is now tied up 3-3 with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in the half. And Nebraska are going to start with the ball. 2 tight ends from the ace formation, and it's going to be a counter run to Jake Pierce looking to hit this right edge. He gets past 1 defender, and he gets a solid run. A gain of 10, and he gets a first. Jake Pierce has run the ball pretty well today, and that's after a good outing last week as well. But unfortunately, a run on 1st down goes nowhere this time, so it's going to be 2nd and 10, and this might be on the arm of Jeff Holland. 3 wide look from shotgun, and Jeff Holland's going to throw it. It's a blitz. He's got to get the ball out, and he does, and he finds his man. It is Brian Donaldson downfield, and he breaks 1 tackle, and it is a big gain. The biggest gain of either team so far today, I think. 33 yards for Brian Donaldson, and they quickly move down the field. After that big gain by Brian Donaldson, Jeff Holland finds Will Nixon for a short gain of 5. So now it's going to be 2nd and 5 from about the 25-yard line. Bunch to the right-hand side. Jeff's going to look to throw one more time. Extra pressure to the left-hand side, and Jeff's going to take off. He's going to beat the 2 rushers, and he fumbles the ball. We finally get something going on offense once again, and we always find a way to screw it up. This time it's a fumble from Jeff Holland, and Purdue have the ball right back. There goes our momentum. It's just mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake, and that is week after week after week. It is the same thing every week for Nebraska, and once again, it's a fumble when we were in scoring range, and Purdue have the ball right back. Fortunately, a good stop on the 1st down rush, loses 4, so it's going to be 2nd and 14 for Purdue. So we lose our chance to score, but fortunately it means Purdue are going to have to drive down the entire length of the field if they're going to get points themselves. And after that loss, it's not going to be easy. Tight end's going to motion to the right-hand side. 2 minutes left in the half. 4-man rush. They drop back to throw. He's going to get some pressure up the middle, but he's going to find his man on the out route. And he gets 16 yards and gives them a 1st down. It's not just the mistakes of this team. It's the uncomplimentary football as well. They finally get some pressure, and it doesn't matter because the coverage is awful. 1st and 10, and more pressure. This time, he forces the incompletion. It's Ty Robinson who does eventually get to the quarterback. Better play from our secondary, let him give time to get there, and it falls incomplete. So that's going to make it 2nd and 10 now. Quarterback now under center, but with a 3-wide look still, tight end to the left-hand side. He's going to motion to the right. This should still be a pass, and it is. It's going to be heavy pressure up the middle, and he gets taken down for a sack. It is a big loss, and it's Travis Williams, the quarterback, taking a blitz up the middle. That was different, but it was a good play. 3rd and 20. 3rd and 20, they're in a heavy package. Looks like they're just going to run the ball and force us to use our second timeout, and that's what they're going to do. So we're going to get the ball back. 1:42 seconds left, only one timeout to work with, but decent field position. So Jeff Holland's going to have a chance to make up for his mistake before we get to halftime. 1:34 seconds left, ball near midfield. 1st and 10, 3-wide look from shotgun. Jeff Holland's going to take the snap. It's a heavy blitz. He's got to get the ball out, and he does to the running back. A very smart check down. Good play there by Jeff Holland. We need to see more of that. It might look simple, but those are the kind of things we've been needing to see from Jeff Holland. Quick, smart decisions. Get the ball out to your playmakers in space. He's not really done that during his time here so far, but he did it there. 2nd and 3 now. 2 tight ends on the field. He's going to look to throw one more time. It's a 4-man rush. This time he's going to take off. He's going to get tripped up and fumble again. Fortunately, this time we picked it up, but Jeff Holland is just trying to find ways to lose this game right now. I guess I praised Jeff Holland too early. He made a great play, then he made an awful play once again. And now it's 3rd and long, 3rd and 11. We need this first down. We need points. 50 seconds left on the clock. Bunch to the right-hand side. He's going to look to throw. 4-man rush. He's going to have time. It's going to run out. He's got to run. That time he had an opportunity to scramble, but then he just sat there and wasted time. He had the opportunity there. He might have been able to scramble for the first down. Instead, he does absolutely nothing. So it's 4th and 9. We might just let the clock run out and maybe try a shot at the end zone. I don't know. I think Purdue made a mistake there not calling a timeout. It let us run the clock down to 6 seconds, and now we're going to have a shot at the end zone. The only worry is if we don't get it, they will get the ball back, but it won't be with much time left. They'll just have the shot of their own, probably. 4th and 9, but doesn't really worry about down and distance now. We ended the last game at first half with a Hail Mary touchdown. Can we do it again? 4th and 9. Chips to the left. Jeff Holland. He's not going to have any time. He's going to get sacked. That is the worst possible outcome from that. Not only do we not take much time off the clock, but we actually lose yards as well. So Purdue in even better position to score. It's like Jeff Holland made one good play. He's like, okay, now it's my time to be an idiot, because he's been atrocious since. It's going to be another Hail Mary, this time for Purdue. Looking for the end zone. He gets time, but fortunately we knock it down. So we're going to go into halftime with a score tied at 3. Fortunately, we're going to start the second half with the ball, and I want to be kind of optimistic here because we moved the ball decently well, but Jeff Holland had a horrific first half and was just a mistake waiting to happen. We're going to rely on our running back, Jake Pierce, to carry us today, and he does it so far in the first play of the second half as he gets 10 yards, nearly getting the first down. We move the chains with the fullback dive, so now it's going to be 1st and 10. 2 tight ends to the right-hand side of the formation. Wide receiver is going to come in motion. That's Will Nixon, it looks like, and it's going to be a triple option play. Jeff Holland going to take it himself, which might not be the best call considering he's fumbled 2 of his last 3 rushing attempts. Fortunately, this one he's able to hold on to it. I do want to show faith in our quarterback. He just makes it so hard sometimes. 1st and 10. And it's going to be a pass from the ace formation, looking for slants over the middle. And it's Brian Donaldson who gets it and holds on to it for a gain of 6. 6-yard completion to Rodney Jennings moves the chains once again. So it's going to be 1st and 10. Now a play action pass. It looks like a heavy blitz, and Brian Donaldson gets in behind the defense. He's going to get a big gain and down to the 1-yard line. He nearly gets in the end zone, but he breeds press coverage, and it's a good quick pass for Jeff Holland, realizing the pressure, made a good play, which means, well, I don't think I want him to touch the ball the next couple plays. But it does put us to 1st and goal, and we have a chance to get the first touchdown of the game. The last time we were in a situation like this, we didn't get the 4th down conversion. Now we're going to have a couple attempts to get into the end zone here. Yakizian's going to stay in the backfield from this goal line package, and he's going to get the ball. But he's going to look to cut to the right-hand side. He's still going to force his way into the end zone. Looks like he had a gap in the middle. He could have walked in. Looks like it made it a little bit more difficult for himself, but we still get the touchdown. Once again, the offense moved the ball pretty well down the field, but I was still on every single play waiting for that gut-wrenching mistake. Fortunately, it didn't come. Now Purdue had the ball back, and it's a couple of broken tackles once again. Our tackling has not gone any better, and he gets 19 when he should have gained 5 or 6. They get the big gain on their first play, but the next 2 work out pretty well for the Nebraska defense. A run goes for nothing, and then a pass goes for nothing. So it's going to be 3rd and 10. They have a chance to get a stop. 4-man rush. He's going to have time, but the pass is not on target. So it falls incomplete, and it might be a stop here for the Nebraska defense. Their offense is going to get the ball right back. Another inaccurate pass for Jeff Holland on second down. So it's now 3rd and 7. Bunch to the right-hand side. They really need to get this conversion to give themselves a little bit of a cushion with some more points here. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Jeff Holland's going to take the pass. He's going to look over the middle to Brian Donaldson. He's going to have to work for that as extra yards, and he's not going to get it. They fall a little short, and they might have to punt here. Another run on first down for Purdue goes nowhere, so it's going to be 2nd and 10. Shotgun look. Tight end's going to motion to the right-hand side of the formation. 2 receivers to the left-hand side. Looks like it's an audible called from the quarterback. He is going to look to throw. It's a 5-man rush, and a blitz comes, and it gets to him. He gets taken down for a loss of 8 yards, and it is Tim Hart who gets back there to record the sack. We know Purdue have 2 dominant offensive linemen, so what we've done is look to exploit the other offensive linemen that aren't as good and get to the quarterback, and we've done a decent job so far. 3rd and 18, and we do eventually bring him down. He's forced to throw it short. They only get 10. So the Nebraska offense is going to get the ball right back. 2nd and 6 now. Looks like Purdue are creeping a safety close to the line of scrimmage. He might be blitzing. And he is. He brings an extra man. It's a 5-man rush, and Jeff Holland takes off into a lot of space. He breaks 1 tackle, gets past the 50-yard line, and it is a good scramble from Jeff Holland, and he's been able to hold on to the ball for the past couple of runs. We've seen a lot of blitzing so far from this Purdue defense, and for the most part, Jeff Holland's done pretty well against it. 1st and 10 from shotgun. Only a 4-man rush this time. He's going to look over the middle, and he's got his man. It's Brian Donaldson once again for another big gain. He goes for 17 this time. We're now back in the red zone. A 5-yard carry by Jake Pierce on first down makes it 2nd and 5. Trips to the right-hand side of the formation from pistol, and it's going to be a play-action pass. Jeff Holland going to have all the time in the world. It's only a 3-man rush. He's going to take off and get taken down just short of the sticks. Jake Pierce carry on first down only goes for a yard, so it's going to be 2nd and goal now from about the 3.5-yard line. Now in a shotgun package, and it's going to be Jake Pierce one more time up the middle. This time, he gets a free lane into the end zone, and it is another 7 points for Nebraska. They've now taken a 2-score lead. So Nebraska gives themselves a little bit of a cushion, but we're really a failed 4th down and a fumble away from an absolute blowout. This could be already over. 1st and 10. Fortunately, our defense has been very good today, and that's going to continue on this first carry as he gets taken down after only a short gain by Nick Heinrich. Heavy pressure from Ty Robinson forces another incompletion on 2nd down. So it's now going to be 3rd and 9, and they're in a desperate situation. 5-wide look, and it's a quarterback draw, and it works decently well. He gets 5 yards before being absolutely blown up. It's going to be 4th and 4, and they're not going to go for it. I feel like they kind of have to at this point. A little only over 5 minutes left, and they're going to give us the ball back, and we're playing really well. I understand that if they didn't get it, we would start the drive in field goal range, but at this point, your defense hasn't played well enough for you to trust in them to get the stop. So, I don't know, I might have gone for it there. 1st and 10, heavy package, and it's going to be a toss to the right-hand side for Jake Pierce. He's going to look to cut it up, but there's not much room. He only gets a yard. A short carry by Jeff Holland makes it 3rd and 5. They run all the time off the clock, and they are going to snap it. It's going to be extra pressure from Purdue, and it nearly leads to an interception. The first time we've really seen Jeff Holland throw to a Purdue defender. Fortunately, he drops it, but we do go 3 and out. So maybe with that stop, it does end up being the right call for Purdue to kick it, but we still were able to take a lot of time off the clock, so it's still not, nailed on. 1st and 10, and it is more pressure, and once again, it is Ty Robinson. He's not had the best of seasons, but he has looked dominant today, and he gets his 2nd sack. They cannot block Ty Robinson right now. And 299 overall center and left guard isn't going to help your right tackle. 2nd and 18, and it's a draw play. And it might actually be the right call as they get 7 yards, make the 3rd down a little bit easier. So it's going to be 3rd and 11. Purdue are going to come out in a 5-wide look, 4-down lineman for Nebraska, and it is only a 4-man rush. Once again, some pressure gets to him. This time, it is the other defensive end, and he brings him down and forces another incompletion. So it's another 4th down and another punt. What a performance, especially in this second half for the Nebraska defense. They have looked absolutely dominant. Now the offense has the ball back, and they have a chance to put this game away. 1st and 10, tight end's going to motion to the right-hand side. That's Rodney Jennings. And it's going to be a pitch to the right-hand side for Jake Pierce. And he's got some space. And he stiff arms one man and gets a solid gain of 9. It's not been a super efficient day for Jake Pierce, but the running offense has looked a lot better than it did to start the season. Once again, we take all the time off the clock, down to 2 minutes and 7 seconds. And it's going to be Jake Pierce at the middle, and he's got a lane. And it is a big gain. He gets 12 yards on 2nd and 1. So it's going to be 1st and 10. Purdue are going to have to start using their timeouts, and they do take their first. Just another thing we've seen today, just like we're helping out our left tackle and pass pro, we are not running at George Karlaftis either. We are running to the outside, it's to the right-hand side. 2nd and 7. Again, all the play clock runs all the way down, but they did use their 2nd timeout, and, well, it's not going to matter. They used their 3rd. I don't think they can end it, even with the no timeouts for Purdue. They might need another 1st down, but essentially that's game over. Purdue need 2 touchdowns, and they won't have much time left. With the 5-yard carry on first down, we're 5 yards away from ending this game. Again, letting all the time run out. Heavy package, and it's going to be a counter run, this time to the side of George Karlaftis, and Jake Pierce is inches short. 3rd and inches. We're going to continue to let time run off the clock, but we are very close to winning this game. So it's 3rd and inches to seal the win. Heavy package, fullback back there with Jake Pierce, and it's going to be a quarterback sneak, and it's going to get enough. Jeff Holland gets the yards we need. So we are going to end this game. We are going to win over Purdue 17-3, thanks to a dominant performance from the Nebraska defense. So it's back-to-back wins in Big Ten play for Nebraska, and Jake Pierce gets player of the game. Goes over 100 yards rushing, and he really came to fruition there late in the game. He got some hard yards to help us win this game. There were some other candidates for player of the game as well, though. I think Brian Donaldson played very well. He had one of his best games in a long time. And I think Ty Robinson on defense as well. The entire defense played well, but Ty Robinson was a force today. And I'm going to give a little shout out to Teddy Brajotska. We did get him quite a bit of help at left tackle, but he did hold up against George Karlaftis pretty well. Jeff Holland had a weird day. When he did make mistakes, they all seemed to come at once. But for the most part, I thought he was pretty solid, pretty efficient. There were times where he looked like an actual quarterback back there, making good, quick decisions. And at other times, he was doing something stupid. Only sacked 3 times, most of them his fault, really. I think we dealt with George Karlaftis pretty well. It ends up with 171 yards, no touchdowns. Decent game. He did hit some downfield shots to Brian Donaldson mostly. Pretty okay game from Jeff Holland. About as average as you'll really see. Running the ball, this was our best performance of the season. Jake Pierce, the first time over 100 yards this season. First time really even close. 4.8 yards per rush, which is, for us, is very good. I mean, anywhere close to 5 feels like a miracle, but even Jeff Holland ran the ball decently well when he wasn't fumbling it. In the receiving game, Rodney Jennings took the backseat today to Brian Donaldson. He really showed out today. 7 receptions, 115 yards, had some big plays, had some broken tackles, and had no drops, which was a big issue for him last year. He started out last season hot, playing extremely well, but the second half of the season, he kind of disappeared, and he's not really shown up that much this season. Last week, he played decently well, but today was his breakout. Defensively, it was a great performance today, except for the missed tackles. But outside of those, we played extremely well, and it was a full team performance. Everyone really stepped up. In terms of pass rush, Ty Robinson definitely led the attack, but everyone was really getting involved. We were getting pressures from some of our linebackers. Even Travis Williams got back there for a sack. Even guys like Tim Hart had some pressures. He got a sack. Buckley even got a few pressures as well. I thought the pass defense was really good today. I don't know if they even hit 100 passing yards, even though they did focus more on the run. But there were some times where we had some uncomplimentary football. Our defensive line was able to get some pressure, but our corners couldn't cover. But I think for the most part, they played pretty well together. Our pass rush might have been the best day for them of the season. And our secondary did a decent job as well. Looking at the team stats, it looks like it should have been a blowout, but really it would have been without a few mistakes from our offense. We were very good today. Only 39 rushing yards on 22 attempts for Purdue, even with 299 overall interior offensive linemen, and only 83 passing yards. And they didn't complete a single third down. 0 for 9. They did complete their 1 fourth down, but we were pretty exceptional. And on offense, we passed for only 171 yards, but 152 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. Real bounce back game for them. 5 of 10 from third down, not quite as well as we did last week, but still not too bad. I wish we could convert those 4th downs though. So we do get our winning streak with what I think is our most well-rounded game of the season. We might have only scored 17 points on offense, but we moved the ball really well, and we really could have easily scored 2 more touchdowns. We were pretty good on both sides, but defensively, it was the most dominant performance of the season. I think the 2 changes that we made, bringing in Ruquan Buckley at defensive tackle and giving our left tackle Prochazka a little bit more help with Chris Hickman getting some more playing time, I think it worked out in our favor. I think that defensively in the run game, we were really good. I think Buckley was a big part of that. And, well, George Karlaftis didn't get really any pressures and no sacks. So I think it worked out pretty well. But I think for the most part, stuff like that's going to be kind of a special case because it really requires only a couple really, really talented players on a team with no one else being a major threat. So if you have plenty of good players, you can't really focus on them all. So game plans like that are pretty game specific. So that leaves us with 5 games remaining in the season, as well as a bowl game that we should be getting as we are 5-2 currently. And the Big Ten Championship is still in play. But it's not going to be easy to get there because the Big Ten West is absolutely loaded this season. The worst team is Wisconsin at 4-3, and we know how talented they are. Minnesota, our next opponent, are also 4-2. We really have to win that if we stand any chance. But we are 0-0 in the Big Ten West currently. So we've got some big games coming up against Iowa, against Northwestern, against Wisconsin, against Minnesota. If we win them all, we should be in the Big Ten Championship, but that is not going to be easy. So I'll see you next episode for what may be a mid-season recruiting update if we can get a couple commits this week. Otherwise, we'll be playing our game against Minnesota, looking to make it 3 straight wins. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials and my Twitch are in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.